Good morning, children. This lesson is of class 4 for the subject of mathematics. Topic is time, and this lesson is submitted to you on 21st December 2020. Students, you all have already learned in your previous class that how can we read a clock. Today also we will recall that how can we read a clock. So let us start our topic. See children, we have a clock here. How many hands are there? There are 3 hands. The smaller one is our hand, then is bigger, which is minute hand. One more hand is there which tells us the seconds. Now, each hand starts from a position, and each hand completes one round when it reaches the same position again. Suppose if a hand starts from this point and it completes the round and come back at the same point. Now children, there are small divisions on the clock. If you see carefully the clock in your home, there are 60 small divisions on the clock, and each division indicates 1 minute. See children, we have a clock and there are small divisions, and if you count these divisions, these will be 60 divisions, and our hand is there, minute hand is there, and the second hand is there. Now children, our hand, that is this hand, smaller one, that completes one round in 12 hours. And the minute hand, when moves from one to another point, it covers 5 minutes. See here, we have 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then 12. Now the minute hand, when move from 12 to 1, we say 5 minutes are over. Again from 1 to 2, 5 minutes. From 2 to 3, 5 minutes. Similarly, in all the cases, if we say there will be 5 minutes. If we write here and count how many minutes will be there in one round, let us see. This is 5 minutes. This is also 5 minutes. Then 5 minutes again. 5 minutes. Again 5 minutes. Again 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And again 5 minutes. Now count how many times you have taken 5 minutes. Start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Means 5 minutes you are taking 12 times in completing one round. We are talking about the minute hand. So how many minutes will be completed in 1 hour? That will be 60 minutes. Because if our hand starts from here, the minute hand starts from here and it completes one round, then it completes 60 minutes. Clear? Now if we talk about the second hand, that is this one, this hand completes 60 divisions in 1 minute. Now students, to read the clock, we always look the hour hand and the minute hand. So let us read the clock. First, suppose we have this clock and we have to tell what is the time. First of all, see the hour hand, that is the smaller one. Now this hand is in between 1 and 2. Now out of 1 and 2, you will take the smaller one, that is 1. Now you will see the minute hand. Now see, the minute hand is at 5. Now wherever the minute hand will be, you will multiply it with 5. So what you get? You get 25. So we will write the time, that is 1:25. Clear? Now children, if you have observed, we read the time also in past or in to. But how do we know when to use the past or to for reading the time? When the minute hand is moving clockwise in between 12 and 6, we use past. And when the minute hand is moving clockwise in between 6 and 12, we use to. Clear? So let us discuss some examples. Now see here, the hour hand is at 8 and the minute hand is at 1. Now is at 1, multiply it with 5. We get 5. Now what will be the time? 8:05. But if we have to give the answer in past, we will give the answer in past because we are here. If we are here, we will use to. Since we are here, so we will use past. So now, how will we say? We will first of all, we will speak up the minutes. So 5 minutes past 8. Clear? Now, next is, see here, the hour hand is in between 9 and 10. And out of 9 and 10, which is smaller? 9. So 9 and the minute hand is at 7. So 7 into 5, that is 35. So how will you read it? 9 is to 35. Now, if we have to give the answer in 2, now listen very carefully. If you see, it is about to 10 o'clock. Clear? Now, how many minutes are left? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, we will say that 25 minutes to 10. Clear? Now children, when the minute hand is at 3, we use quarter past, and when the minute hand is at 9, we use quarter to. Now see these examples. The minute hand is at 9. So what we will use? Quarter to. Now quarter to. Now see, the hour hand is in between 1 and 2. Now it is about 2 o'clock. So how will we speak? We will speak quarter to 2. And in other way, we can also say 1 is to 9 into 5, 45. So 1 is to 45. Now next is, in simple, if you say that is 12 is to 15. The minute hand is at 3. 3 into 5, 15. And the hour hand is at 12. So we will say 12, 15. And right now I have told you, if the minute hand is at 3, we use quarter past. So we can also say quarter past 12. Clear children? Now children, let us discuss how can we convert the time to 24-hour clock time and then 12-hour clock time. This you have already done in class 3rd also. Clear? Now we have some rules to convert the time to 24-hour clock time and 12-hour clock time. See, the first rule to convert the time to 24-hour time. If the time is from 1 p.m. to 11:59 p.m., you will add 12 hours. And if the time is from 12 a.m. to 12:59 a.m., you will subtract 12 hours. And if the time is from 1 a.m. to 12:59 p.m., you will not change the time. That will remain same. See the example. Convert 4:30 p.m. to 24-hour clock time. Now see, 4:30 comes here, 1 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. So what we have to do? We will add 12 hours. See here, 4 plus 12. What we get? 16 hours. And 30 minutes are already there. So we can say 16:30 hours. Or you can also write it like this. In the next example, if you see, we have to convert 12:20 a.m. in 24-hour time. Now 12:20 a.m. comes in between 12 a.m. to 12:59 a.m. So what we will do? We will subtract 12 hours. So now 12 minus 12, we get 0 hours. So what is left? Only 20 minutes. So that is 20 hours. Clear? Now children, let us discuss how can we convert the time to 12-hour clock time. If the time is from 0 hours to 0:59 hours, we add 12 hours. And if the time is from 13 hours to 23:59 hours, we subtract 12 hours. And if the time is from 1 to 12:59, it will not change. Now see the example. You have to write 9:45 hours in 12-hour clock time. Now this time, if you see, lies between here. So it means it will not change. It will remain as such. Clear? Now we have to convert 14:30 into 12-hour clock time. Now this is coming in between here. That is 13 hours to 23:59 hours. So what will we do? We will subtract 12 hours. See here, 14 minus 12, that is 12 hours. And 30 minutes already there. So we will write what? 14 minus 12, that is 2 hours. So we get 2:30 p.m. Students, these rules you have to keep in mind. With the help of these rules, you can easily change the time to 24-hour clock or the 12-hour clock. Clear? Now children, let us start our next topic. Suppose cricket tournament starts from 11th March and it ends at 15th April. And you have to find the number of days in between 11th March and 15th April. Now listen very carefully. You have to start from March and you have to end at 15th April. Means from 11th March to 15th April. Now starts from March. Now how many days are there in March? Yes, it has 31 days. Now from 11th March, the cricket tournament is starting. It means from 11th March it is starting. It means the 10 days which are past, they will not included because the tournament is starting from 11th March. So how many days will come in March? How will we find? Total days minus the number of days which will not included. So on subtraction we get 21 days. So these are the days which will included in the month of March. Now March is done. Now let us move to the next month, that is April. Now the number of days in April, see, it ends at 15th April. So how many days we will include in April? That's very clear. That is 15 days. So now in March there are 21 days and in April there are 15 days. So how many days in total? Yes, 36 days. So these are the total number of days when the cricket tournament happens. Clear? Now let us move to the next question. How many days are there in between September 12, 2015 to October 25, 2015? Now see, 12 September and 25 October, you have to tell the number of days in between. Children, always read the question carefully. In between it is asked or from it is asked. Both are different. So you have to be very attentive while doing the question. So now number of days in September, that will be what? Total number of days. Now see here, we have to tell the number of days in between 12 September to October 25, 2015. Now in month of September, 11 days we will not include. So 30 minus 11 we get 19 days. And in October, how many days? 25 na? 25 October means 24 will come here. So 31, that is total number of days in October minus 24. So what we get? 7. So the total number of days will be what? 26 days. Clear? Now the next question is, how many days are there in between February 21, 2018 to April 6, 2018? Now children, whenever the February month will come, once you have to check whether the given year is a leap year or not. So what is the method to check whether the given year is a leap year or not? You will divide the given year by 4. If the remainder comes 0, then the year will be leap year. And if the remainder is not 0, then it will not be a leap year. Clear? Now, since February month is there, so let us check 2018 is a leap year or not. Now, leap year has how many days? 366 days. So now, if you are dividing 2018 by 4, we get some remainder which is not equals to 0. So it is very clear that 2018 is not a leap year. So February will be having 28 days. Now days in February will be 28 minus. Now let's move to the question again. It was asked from in between, not from, in between February 21, 2018. So we will subtract 31, 28 minus what? Minus 21. So what we get? 7 days. Now the number of days in March, that will be 31. We will take all the days of March, the whole month we will take, because we have to move to the month of April. So the number of days in April will be what? See, we have to take the number of days in between February 21 to April 6. Means in between means what? 5 is coming here. So what we will subtract? Yes, we will subtract 5. So we will take 5 days only. Clear? So the total number of days will be 43 days. Now let us discuss the next question. Find the number of days from 25 May to August 10, 2014. Now from this means this is also included, and to reach August 10 means this is also included. Now we have to find the days from here to there. Now the days in May, see this day is also included, so we will subtract 31 minus 24. How many days we got? 7 days in the month of May. Now next is June, and June there are 30 days. Next is July, and there are 31 days. And then we have to reach till August 10, means August 10 is also included. So the total number of days in month of August will be 10 days. So now on adding 7, 30, 31 and 10, we got 78 days. Clear, children? Now let us find the time to nearest hour. See this clock, children. Small hand is in between 2 and 3. And the long hand, that is minute hand, is at 8. So the children, the time will be 2:40. And if we have to tell the time to nearest hour, we will say it is nearly 3 o'clock, because it is about to 3 o'clock. So the answer will be nearly 3 o'clock. Now see the next clock. If you see the next clock, the small hand is in between 8 and 9, and the long hand is at 1. So the time will be 8:05. And if we have to tell the answer in nearest hour, so the answer will be nearly 8 o'clock. Because right now 8 o'clock just completed. So we can say the time is nearly 8 o'clock. Now let us discuss the next question. How many days are there in between February 8, 2006 and July 20, 2006? Since February month is included, so first of all we will check that 2006 is a leap year or not. So students, first of all let us divide it by 4. And if you see carefully, we got the remainder 2 here. So it means February month will be having 28 days, because 2006 is not a leap year. So now let us start finding the days. The days in February will be what? Now see here, February 8 and July 20 is there. Clear? Now in between days we have to take. Means this day we will not include. Means this day we will also subtract. So we will subtract 28 minus 8. That is 20 days. And now in March month, 31 days. In April, 30 days. In May, 31 days. In June, 30 days. And in July, now listen here, in between we have to take, there is 19th date, so till 19 July we will take. So how many days are there in July? Yes, there will be 19 days. Now add all the number of days. So we get what? We get 161 days. Children, I hope it is clear to you now how can we read a clock, how can we find the number of days. Now you have to do some homework. Try exercise 11.1, 11.2 and 11.3 in your maths notebook. Thank you, children.